Hi everybody, and welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. I thought today we would have another play in this cute little collage book, art book. This is the second, I guess this is the second installment, the second video, and we're just going to take our time like I worked in the black and white journal. We're going to take our time in this one as well, and I have a lot of things pulled. I have a lot of little ephemera. I have some great images of women that I'm going to be putting here. I explained more about how I'm going to be doing this book in the previous video, so you could go back and take a look at that. But I'm going to be adding a couple quotes in here today, and I'm going to be doing a couple other pages. So this is just a random art book that I'm going to be working in. I'm not going to be using paints, or it's not going to be a mixed media. This is a book where I have been hoarding and saving different images that I like. They've been in my drawer, and I'm going to put them in this little book so I can look at it down the road and just reflect on certain sayings and quotes and photos and things like that. So if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you stick around if you want to try something like this. You hopefully will be inspired, and you will figure out how to collage with ripped and torn scraps and add ephemera to them to give you somewhat of a cohesive page. And for all of my longtime subscribers, thank you for sitting with me today in my craft room. So this here, she looks like a wise old gal, and she just looks like a very sweet grandma or a mom or an aunt. And one thing that I have always said is to live every day to the fullest. And I truly believe that. You know, it can't always be done. I understand that. I need to do my live first, right? Here I get Gavin. It can't always be done. Everybody has a good day. Everybody is entitled to a bad day, a down day. God knows I have them. I'm just gonna, my little giraffe here. Here we go. Live every day to the fullest. I wish I could have a good day every day, and I wish I could live it to the fullest, but sometimes just can't. But it's a good thing to remind yourself to try to do. It's a nice goal. And you'll notice that this, I typed these out on my, should say printed, showing my age when I say type. Live every day to the fullest. And when that's dried, I'm going to come back and do a little bit of mark making around that so it stands out, but I don't want to do it just yet. I want these to set. So that is my first little saying. Okay. And we're just going to go through here. See if I've pulled. Okay, this page here. Okay, so on these two pages here, this is a little pocket in here that I have this little tag in here now, but that might not necessarily stay in there. I'm just going to put that back in just in case. This I'm going to take out because I don't want her to get glue on her face. I'm going to go with a red motif on this one because of the red, and I just love red and black and white together. So I grabbed this piece here This is a scrap of paper, and I want to put this over here, and I think I will ink this up a little bit. But I'm not going to ink this side here, I don't think. And I guess I will, I'll try it. I'm finding that, and I don't know why, my other book, I found it much easier to work in. This one, I am kind of having a hard time with these pages, and I honestly, I don't know why. I don't know if it's a little bit stiffer. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. But it sure is giving me a run for my money. Let me get this on here like this. So I decided today was the day that I was going to start working out again. I've got to do something. So I took the girls for a nice walk today. And then I came home and I have a Peloton. My daughter-in-law uses it much more than I do. I used to. And then I just kind of fell away from it. I think it was when I had my foot surgery last year. So I went on my Peloton today. I was going to be ambitious. I set it for 90 minutes, and I was biking through Iceland. And I went about 30 minutes, and I was done. I was pooped. But I will go back on tomorrow. Okay, the other thing I like to use a lot in my books are my stamps. I have so many stamps. And again, I'm going with the red motif, and here it's black, which will blend right in there. So even if you have, some of your stamps are marked, use them. That's what adds character to them. And it helps blend all the other colors and such. Okay. The other reason I'm getting back on my Peloton and I'm going to work out like the Dickens is my cholesterol is a little high. And when I used to hike all the time, my cholesterol was right in check. I don't want to have to go on meds. So I'm going to give it my best shot at getting my aerobics up there again. Move, move, move. I need to move. I can't sit anymore. All right, so this is the drywall tape, and I love this. And I'm going to add a few little pieces of this. And I don't know where my big long scissors are. So I have to use these. So let's play with this a little bit. I could just put this right. I could put that right in the middle like that. That kind of tones that down as well. And I think that, you see that? I think that's nice. I like that. And then I could put, if I could find a larger, where are my stamp books? What do I do with them? If I could find a larger stamp, maybe something in a dark color, I could put that in the middle of that red. This might be kind of fun. Let's see. Nope, that's too harsh, too bright. It's got to be just the right stamp. It would have to be like red and black, or, ooh, what if we used, this might be perfect. Let's try this one here. Let's try this one here. This could be fun. Oh yeah, I like that there. I like that there. That will be just lovely. So as you can see, it doesn't take a lot. Just want to see where I want to place. I think I'm going to put that. I think I'll put it down here. So these little blossoms fall down over. Oh, I like that. I think that looks pretty. All right, so we have that one. Pretty pretty. Okay, this one here, this is a scrap from one of my collage books. Now again, I could go with the red on this side, or I could go with the flower on this side to continue with that black pattern. What do you think? I think I kind of like this one. The other one, I like the, I don't know, they're both pretty. They're both pretty. I think I'm going to go with this one. I hadn't planned on it, but I think I like that red with the black. I think that's really pretty. So I'm going to go with this. Even though I really like those polka dots, this is really hard for me to cover these up. But I just think the red with this scale here is going to be wonderful. You can probably put a little tiny bit of white border around that. I don't have to bring it so close because this is on the back side, yep, of that. Might end up turning out to be a red, and that is pretty. I do like that. Okay. Now I want to put her on here. However, I have an idea. So I think I'd like to put her possibly like this. I may end up cutting her out entirely, but for now, let's see, how am I going to do this? Because I only want half of her cut out, but I may end up cutting her out entirely. So let's cut her out here like this. I don't like these scissors. I don't know where my big ones are. Y'all know how much I love my really big, tall scissors. And I don't know. Oh, here they are. They're over by my sewing machine, which I don't know how they ended up over there. All right. So we have her half cut out, and I was kind of thinking of having her like that, which is just something different. Now I have to take a little bit of her side off here. Take a little bit of her. Okay, let's see how she works now. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should finish cutting her out? I just kind of like this like that. I'm going to have to take her down a little bit more. And I think I might leave it like that just to have that little tiny bit behind there. I'm going to leave it like that. I think it's just different instead of cutting her all out like I did the other gal. And if you create a book, small book like this, you can do it as an idea book. You know, where you do something like this, just, you know, as an idea. And then you can bring it over into something else that you're creating or making. Yeah, I like that. And then I have, to continue with some red, I do have some cute little, I have this cherry, and I thought this might be kind of cute. To put, maybe to put that cherry right there like that. That might be kind of cute there. That would be different. Because we are collaging, right? So we could put that there like that. And then, let's see, what else do I have here? Those are strawberries. Do we have anything else in the line of, nope, that's a little breadbasket style piece. I think I'm just going to leave that like that. I think that's cute. And then I do have a saying for her. Now, if I want some polka dots, you know me and my polka dots. I could cut this, rip this down. It's okay if some of that blue. And I could put those polka dots right there, which I think I will. I think that would be cute along there. We'll break that up and add a little bit more to it. Sometimes the more you layer, if you do it in good taste, it looks really cute. And it just adds another little dimension to it all. There. And then it adds a little bit more of the cream and black to match that over there. So this saying here I have, it says, be the light that you are. And I just think that she shows a lot of light that I think if you were to be with this particular person, she would be very uplifting for you and be very pleasant to be around. Be the light. Be the light that you are. That you are. And we will outline around that as well. I like that. Be the light that you are. Okay. All right, that's as far as I've gotten so far. Let's see. Let's take another. Let's do another. What else do I have in here? See if I can do one more page. Well, I have this here, tucked in here. Okay. So obviously I want to put this over here. And I think what I will do with this is I'm going to cut this out. And I'm not going to cut it too close. I don't mind if I have a little bit of this cream. A little bit of this cream showing. You notice I didn't cut this in other pieces because I can use this little piece in the book somewhere else where I could have really just chopped and okay. I'll move that up a little bit. Let's see here. So it's I'm going to cut it just below that dot. Again, that's how I measure. That's how I measure my pages, and that came out just fine. So I'm going to put that on there because I think that will be quite fun. And if you're doing this book or a book, that you're working on. You don't have to finish the page. It's, you know, consider it like a glue book. You could get like all your background papers down on it, or, you know, you could cut your scraps out like this, get them in, and then you can just come back to it. Just because you start a page doesn't mean that you have to finish it. You can wait for the right piece to come along. So I like that much better by cutting that out and not just putting that whole piece on, running down. So we have that there with this. Now, do I have, let's see, I have this little packet. Let's see if we can find some fun mushrooms or something. Let's see here. Oh, I've got this. I have that feather. That feather isn't going to go there. I just wanted to show you that. Let's see. Something fun. Fun little mushroom. Got a lot of these feathers. Obviously this is a die cut, and I should do something with those feathers. Maybe we could do, it would be fun to cut a whole bunch of these colors and then use them on a surreal collage. Oh, this is cute. I've got these oranges, which might be just fine. Then I could put a saying on there, but then maybe we could get a mushroom. Over on this side. Do something fun. Do something fun with a color. That's too big. That's too big. I like that mushroom. So I have two of these. I have that one, and then I have, are they the same size? They're the same mushroom, aren't they? Don't want to use the gray. Let's see what else I have. I do like that little orange stem there. Oh, let's see. I might as well finish looking at the mushrooms. I just feel that needs a mushroom. Why, I don't know. These are funky ones. Oh, that's kind of big. Let's see here. That's too big. And we may not use a mushroom. That'd be a pretty one on another page. I don't think this calls for a mushroom, do you? No. I do not think so. No, we will find something else. All right, but for now, I'm going to put that orange up there, but first I want to add some washi tape. And I'm going to add this. Of course I am, because it's polka dot. We're going to put that right there. And then we're going to put that right about there. I think that'll be cute. want that coming off of that dot right there. There. I think that is cute. And maybe what I should do is, maybe I should do a saying. Maybe I should do a saying over here. I really do like this drywall tape. I think I'll add little pieces here and there of that. That will make it interesting, won't it? I don't want to add that there. I'm going to put this. I'm going to add that there. And then I think I will put a little piece down. Maybe coming down right here. And I don't know if you can see, it just adds a little bit where it mutes it. And I do like that. I think I'm going to add one more little piece. A thin little piece. And I'm going to add it right here on top of this one. Just like that. And then we can always come back to that. Maybe just add one word. But I like that. I think that's fun. And the whole purpose of these books is just to add some interest. Doesn't have to make sense. Okay, so here I have this page. So I can add this over here on this across from this one. And maybe we can find another gal to put on there, and then we can call it a day. So you can see too how quickly you can put these pages together. And I guess, you know, that's the beauty with something like this. It's if you just want to do something and you don't have a lot of time, like I'm doing this after dinner. I told hubby, you know, to watch one of your sappy shows, his singing shows, because I don't like listening to them. And then I'll come down, I'll do a quick video, and then I can come down and we can watch something together. But so far I've done these pages here and it's just been 30 minutes. So if you just have a quick, if you have to make, you want to do something, but you don't want to get into a big project, by all means, oh my goodness, just do something like this. Okay, so let's look to see what I have if I want to use another woman. I want to if I want to use another woman. And I want I like these older women with these because I just think, oh, here's my gal here. Oh, I think she deserves that page. She's the matriarch. She is the handsome, she's the handsome one that, she's got it all going on. She's the matriarch. Her, I am going to cut right out. Because I think she's going to be super. She actually kind of reminds me of my girlfriend's mother. Barbara. Her name was Barbara also. Barbara. And she loved her Bloody Marys. She loved her show tunes. I loved her. She was just so much fun. And when she really got laughing, she snorted. She was a great lady. Let's see, I'll take a little bit more off of this side. A little bit off of here. Yeah, she looks like Barbara Juckett. Yeah. Oh, I like her there. She is the boss. Okay, so what I think before I adhere her down, I would like to put something up over on this side, possibly. And then I could put my saying over here. So let me see. Let me think here. We could do something a little out of the ordinary. I don't want to do red because I've got orange going on over here. So that is a no. These are mostly pink. That's like a pink. I don't want to use that. Let's see, what else do I have here strewn around on my desk? And I'm just using things on my desk. Let's see. I have these. Maybe, just maybe, there might be something in here. Let's just add more junk to my desk. But I guess as long as I'm working on this book, it's okay, right? Now, I know there's quite a bit of white around some of these. However, I can cut. I would think I'd be able to cut that down. I could do a splash of orange behind her, maybe something like that. What else do I have? Can't use red because red is just not going to cut the mustard, right? I think I might use that. Let's see. Got some tiger lilies here. I think, let's put that there. And I'm going to go back to my stamps. Although I have this here. Now I'm wondering, I could I'm just looking to see where I'm going to cut here. Let me cut this out. And I don't want any of that black or whatever in amongst that. I'm just kind of wiggling my scissors, as you can see, just to make it a little more interesting, the petals. All right. So I could put something like that there. And then I could trim that off. I think I'll do that because it doesn't take away from her. So let me get this down on here, and I kind of want this I'm sorry I keep stopping with my sentences. I do that when I'm doing something like this, obviously. I want this flower kind of like coming down and protruding by her. So I'm going to I'll trim this off. Okay. And now I can put her on there, and I think that'll be just fine. All right. That'll be fine. Just had to try. And then maybe we can finish her up next time, because I really don't know what I want to put on the page over here. But I can go back and I can outline my sayings. Whoops. Come on, Barbie. Where the heck are you going with that, girl? Okay, there we go. All right, good. All right, okay, I do like that. All right, so let's go back. I'm going to call it, as far as cutting and pasting, I think we are done with that. I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to get my marker, and I'm going to do it in black. And I'm just going to outline around each one of these. And I don't always like to do just a even line around them. I think it just looks kind of fun when you do it in a haphazard way. Okay, so I like that, how that stands out. Then we're going to go over here, and we are going to, there's that pretty little page. I love that. And we are going to do it here as well. But this one, I'm going to come inside a little bit instead of, because the pattern is quite chatty behind it. It's and you can be very precise if you want to. I don't want to. I like it like this. There, be the light that you are. Okay, so we finished this one here, live every day to the fullest. And then we did my favorite page right here with the stamps, and oh, love that. I just love red. Be the light that you are. And I think she is just really cute. One of that little cherry there. And then we I'll add a verse or words here. And then we came over to this one, and we will finish this next time as we continue to work in this book. So that is it for today, my friends. I want to thank you all for joining me. I think this is fun, and I hope you're enjoying it. And it's just fun. It's just fun to see different textures and different compositions and different colors. I mean, these are like if you're doing a scrapbook page and you're not sure, you can come back to a book like this and say, what colors did I use? Well, I can use creams and blacks and oranges. There's a little bit of red here, yellow. This could be your color guide as well. So yeah, so I want to thank everybody. I want to wish you a blessed day. I want to wish you a wonderful week or a great weekend, depending on when you are watching this. And as always, thank you, and I will see you in my next video. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye.